Did you know that over a third of SAP customers are struggling to build a business case to move to S4 or RISE? So, in this session today, we're going to use Gemini to do three things. Firstly, we're going to use it to research what we should put in that business case and actually create a business case framework that will delight your executives. Secondly, we're going to use it to investigate what specific use cases around artificial intelligence would make most sense for your organization. And then finally, we have our pro tip. We're going to use the AI to actually evaluate the impact of those AI use cases so you can include them into your business case. So let's get to it. Now, to build the business case, we first need to do some research. We need to understand what's the best structure for the business case based on my situation. And for that, we can use Gemini Deep Research. Gemini Research then returns a clear structure and vision for how we should put our business case together. We can even ask it to include use cases that we think that would be most interesting to our industry. I'm now turning to Notebook LM, and you'll notice I've uploaded the business case format that Gemini has created, plus any documents that are specific to my organization. I can now go into the reports feature within inside Notebook LM, and you'll notice there is a business case report that we can generate. Notebook LM will now generate a business case for us that we can use as our overall template for when we're trying to structure something that's specific to me and my organization. That's cool. But just one more thing. What if we use Gemini to help us generate the spreadsheet from the document that will help us quantify these benefits? By prompting Gemini, we can ask it to generate all of the information necessary to create a prompt that we can drop into Google Sheets. Now, that's really useful. But the key to this is to understand where I can transform with artificial intelligence around this core S4 HANA business case. And for that, I'm going to use Gemini to generate a series of business cases for me. We can then take the business cases that Gemini has created for us and place it inside a Google Sheet. So now this is where it gets interesting. The third thing we're going to do is we're going to get Gemini to estimate how much impact there should be for each one of these business cases based on my specific circumstance. To do that, we first need to generate a prompt that gives it some context about my business, and then ask it to create a prompt that's specifically designed to work with inside of Google Sheets. We can insert that prompt and use Gemini directly with inside Google Sheets. What then happens is Gemini is then called from Google Sheets, and it comes back with both the estimate and how the estimate was generated. So what have we done? So the first thing we've done is we've used Gemini to research what would make a great business case for my industry for an ECC to S4 or RISE transformation. We've then put that into Notebook LM with information that's specific about me and my project, and it's come out with a format that should resonate with my executive team. The second thing that we've done is we've used that information from Gemini to create a spreadsheet so we can start to quantify that business case. And the third thing that we've done with Gemini is that we've actually got it to create some AI use cases that are really going to help us drive value around this transformation. But more importantly, our pro tip was to embed Gemini in the spreadsheet and use Gemini to quantify those use cases. I guess the only question is, Could we use AI to do the presentation to the executives? What do you think?